Our carbs are ready to go back in. But if you remember, this one boot was kind of folded up in the bottom. I didn't like that. So I think it'll still seal. And we don't have any clamps for these. So I guess we're just going to put them in as is. But I was able to heat this up with a heat gun. Just fold that rubber out. Now it's out where it needs to be. So we'll squeeze this box. Squeeze this back into the box. Goes right there. And I want to clean up the other 3 of these so they're not dirty and slipping dirt into my freshly cleaned carbs. All right, guys, got my throttle cable back in. Slides in that slot, hooks up, and then we'll just lift this above, put it into the holder. That's good. And beyond that, we'll slide this in more, and then we'll put our choke cable in. Guys, it's been a while since I've done an inline 4 carburetor. At least I've taken them out, but I haven't put them back in. So what I think we're gonna do is drop these boots either out or push them back into the airbox. But then we need to be able to pull them forward again. So if I can move these out, like I said, I could take them out, but then squeezing them back in there might be a little difficult. If I can just pop them in here, like you see this ridge right here, we need to get that beyond so I can work with this a little bit. There's room in here that they can float inside, but then I'm just gonna have to make sure I can get them back out. So anyway, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I need to heat them up to, this one's a little hard. I could probably do it without heating them up, but it'll just be a little easier if I heat them up. And then I can pop them back in, then get these lined up in the front manifold boots. Like, you know, you can see, I thought I could do this. I thought I've done it before, but I don't think I've never put a Yamaha back together. And like I said, it's been ages since I did any carburetors on inline 4. I've done 2, I've done inline twins, I've done V4s, I've done V2s. So anyway, this looks like it's probably going to be the only and the best way to do this. So I'm going to push these back in, and I may find some clamps. That would probably be ideal because we don't want air leaking around here. That's just going to be a pain in the butt. So I thought I could angle them and go in one way and pop them in. It's not happening, so we'll push these back. Guys, I haven't been feeling strong lately, but this is a little trick that I learned installing V4 carburetors. Now, I did throw some soapy water into the boots, so this would slide in there just fine. Maybe not the best, but that's what was here handy. And then I very lightly stuck a ratchet strap on here. I did it to the other side first. I actually wrapped it around the back of the carburetors. I was hoping that it would push all 4 in at once. And I wrapped it around the front of the engine. Make sure you're not going to catch anything important. You don't want to damage anything. Actually, I'm not even sure if those are good. But I wrapped it around the front. I think I heard something fall off, so I'll have to look into that. But wrapped it around. Like I said, the first time, I wrapped it right in here on the carburetors, hoping it would all go in. This side popped in just fine. You can see that's good. We'll have to tighten up the collars there. And then all I did for the second side was strapped it here, stuck the other one back here, just started to lightly turn it, and I guided it in, and it popped right in. So now I need to work on getting these guys out. Hopefully it's easier than it looks. And then we'll be back installed, because I already put the choke lever in. So the choke's ready to roll. The throttle was installed earlier. And then our gas line here. And then it should be good. With the carbs installed, the good news for this trick to push these boots back into place is take out your air filter. You can reach inside and help to push from the inside. And I also figured out what fell on the ground, so this might not be a problem you'll have. This is one of my fuses that was wired in. Apparently, I broke the casing, and now whatever this is, I'll have to put a new fuse in, which I have, so not a big deal. Just another thing to do. But yeah, you can reach in here and push your boots from the inside. I'm probably gonna try to get this done. Okay, I got the carburetors installed, and let me be honest, it's not super easy to get them through this box. Yes, pushing them from the back and just working them into place is all you can really do. I installed these two without clamps, and then I decided I probably should put clamps on them. So I did heat these up, keep them warm, and they'll be a lot more pliable if they're old. I didn't use any lubricant to get them on. So, like I said, used heat on this. They seated okay. I don't have clamps on them, but I might have to figure out how to get one. That's going to be hard to get to, but I could probably open one up and slide it around here and get it on this one. I don't know if I'd have success getting that one on there, but I will tell you that they do get in the way as you're installing these. Like, I was heating these up and it was hard to heat the boot and get this out of the way. So anyway, everything's installed. You can see the lip around the air box. Now I can slide these over. And I definitely did this for this middle one because that one was the one that was a little bit messed up. And I just wanted to make sure that gets a good seal. So hopefully none of them leak. If so, I will at least have to probably get them on those two. I think these two will be fine since I have clamps. So that's on. Now, all the electrical connectors. I need to fix that one. And I think this might be for the gas gauge. But again, this thing is so electronic. This even has a sensor for if the battery is low on acid and water. So I don't even know what connector that would have been or how it would go in, but if you know batteries, which I don't have one in right now, a lot of them don't even come with, I don't know how it hooks up. I don't know how, like maybe it goes in the, where you put the acid in. Maybe you remove one of those caps and put a sensor in. But this thing was just too smart for 1982. And I guess I'll just have a warning light on if that's hooked up. So now that the carbs are back in, I guess what we can do is run some fuel to it and see if she'll run. I do have one thing I should excuse me, should address. This boot's, the insulator's broken down, so it may or may not be firing right. That could arc. That boot's just shot. Still probably making connection, but it's a mess. Yeah, I don't know. That's iffy. So, carbs are in. Maybe I'll go see if I have a battery. Air filter's still in the way. And we need to put a new fuse holder and stuff in there. See what that is. I'll go look at the wiring diagram. It's into a blue, looks like a blue wire with a white tracer. Let's see what that does. Just a wiring nightmare. So yeah, we'll see if I have a battery for this. If not, maybe we'll steal one, put some power to it, run some gas into it, and see if she'll start.